Freddie.
Right, so what's
Freddie? That's what we said.
Come on now.
It's not, is it? Nice car,
Right.
no booze.
I'm so sorry. Names again?
Sam.
Frank.
Frank.
Bryony.
Brownie.
Bryony, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm Freddie.
Freddie. Gemma.
Natalie, Gemma, Freddie.
You know we're so
We're
going
not
to
gonna- we're gonna forget
forget this
so
in about
not gonna
5
remember.
minutes.
No, it's okay.
Like 5 names, but
We're gonna start.
So who's like
I kind of really want to now. Like I'm.
Yeah. I said I'm gonna be really pissed off if I don't see anything interesting.
Yeah,
you go out there and
exactly. It's like, oh, great, okay.
I personally, I'm a non-believer.
You look like a skeptic, mate.
I am the proper.
Unless
believing
someone picks
nothing.
me up and throws me across the room, I don't fucking believe in it.
I don't go for it either, mate, to be honest.
Do you not believe in either?
it's just because you're guys, isn't it?
What made you guys want to come on something like this?
My real reason, I just want to prove like all my friends and family wrong. Because like my mum, my sister, and people like that, they always believe they swear blind they've seen ghosts. I've seen this, I've seen that. I'm like, yeah, you're crazy. You ain't seen nothing,
I'm gonna
right?
do it.
You're drunk. You must have been drunk too much. I don't know. Someone put something in a drink. I don't know. But I personally don't think there's nothing out there unless I see it or feel it or something.
Hello and welcome to this exclusive live paranormal investigation. What's in store for us tonight as we go on a journey at a secret location in deepest Essex? Will we encounter the mysterious sounds, the lingering shadows and the ghostly apparitions that have all been reported here? Welcome to this railway museum in Essex. This museum is situated in deepest Essex. Once a fully functioning railway and now cut off from the main line, it used to serve the rural coastal villages and ferried cockles to London. Scene of a tragic accident in 1959 that saw its eventual closure in 1961 by beaching, the railway survived only as a museum and has been added to from other abandoned locations all over the country. Trains, signs, signals and memorabilia fill the large museum shed. But silent as it is now, the museum and its tracks have encountered strange and sometimes sinister paranormal events that cannot be explained, from moans and cries in the dark to full-size apparitions of its former employees. This is the second station, which is about half a mile from the main platform. It was moved here from another abandoned location. It's been the scene of many spectral appearances, and a very strange story indeed. In 1919, a 4-year-old boy, Jonathan Bastille, was travelling with his father, who was on a business trip, when he was killed in a freak accident. Screams of terror are still heard. Supposedly, it's the small boy who mysteriously fell under the carriage of a train as it moved off from the platform.
I think you can sort of hype yourself up, can't you?
Yeah. That's the thing.
Your mind's going to play games. I just think that my mind will scare me. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I do believe in it, but I've never really experienced anything like that. But I'm more like doing it to test myself. Like, do you know, like when you watch a horror film, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch it, and then I'm absolutely petrified. And then I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? And I think this is another one of these things where I'm like, I think I'll be alright, but I'm scared I'm going to get there and be like, I can't do it.
Whereas I just sit there and I just watch horror films and I'm like Paranormal Activity. They called me the Tin Man.
We saw Paranormal Activity, and I was like that, absolutely petrified. She was like,
Really?
I was like, how can you? I went to sleep in her bed. I was like, I sleep on my own. No way.
But quite the most terrifying story to ever haunt this place was that of former station master Richard Temple. At 22 years of age, he was the youngest station master ever to get to that rank anywhere in the country. He was pretty daunting in his appearance. He stood more than 7 feet tall. Apparently, he could carry 10 heavy mailbags all at once, and he was also known as a very good amateur wrestling champion. It was later revealed that the maintenance reports produced by the management on those points had been tampered with, and therefore the accident wasn't the fault of the station master, but of the management itself. Too late for Richard Temple, of course. He'd already disappeared, and he was never seen again. Many people think he took his own life. Well, the station itself was shut down just 2 years later in the infamous beaching cull, and was later turned into a museum. What goes on here, the paranormal sightings and the sounds, well, many people think it's Richard Temple and his restless spirit.
See, that film scared me, and I was like, blocking my ears, blocking my eyes,
Really?
like, things coming up, everything's up. But I still don't believe in it. I just,
Really? But like the reason I'm doing this actually, like, is because my grandma died a couple of weeks ago, And then like just a few days after her funeral, I was just like, I was just watching TV. I was in the house on my own, and like I had such a strong feeling of her just like being in the room. It was just so weird. The weirdest things ever happened to me. I was just like, it felt like she was there. Yeah. So
did you see anything?
Like, no, I didn't see it. I don't know. I don't know if it was like what she smelled like, or it just felt like she was there.
Our medium for tonight is John Paul Gates, who'll be giving us his insight into the night's proceedings. Along with John, we also welcome Laura Pearce, our historian. Laura is local to the area and will be looking into the history of the stories we pick up on tonight.
Isn't it?
John, tell me, while I'm putting my coat on, what sort of first impressions are you getting of this place?
Well, as you know, Viv, for me, it's all about the people. I try and dispel all the myths and superstition and legends. But I have to say that the first step I was on the platform, I got this really negative energy. I can't quite describe it at this moment, but it's definitely residual energy as opposed to active spirits. But obviously, it's making me feel a little bit apprehensive. Excited, but apprehensive as well.
As a journalist, my first thought to ask you is, should we be afraid? Should we be fearful of this?
I think we should get to the next location, have a look at and do a vigil there, and then maybe see what manifests itself, you know, and then go from there. Really, to be honest,
but you
don't really want to commit at this stage.
But you think something happened here?
Yes.
And when you go to places normally, you can pick up straight away on something, and because you've picked up on this straight away.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I must admit, I'm drawn. I'm getting drawn to behind you at the moment, and it's. In fact, do you mind if I just move to this position here, because
sure.
I'm drawn to something over here.
We'll swap.
I mean, just now I'm getting this awful taste of sulphur, like a burning kind of smell. And I just feel that.
So you're concentrating on that area?
Yeah, I'm just getting this awful, you know, burning smell. I just feel that something really terrible happened here.
Well, John, we're going to explore this further.
Right.
So let's just bring in Laura for the moment. Laura, what's your reaction to what John's just said?
It's interesting you pick up on that. I mean, I've been looking into a lot of the stories, some of which are hearsay and some of which are based on actual events that happened. And there's a whole wealth of situations and happenings that have happened, and people have heard all sorts of sounds, and there have even been some sightings. So that's really interesting that on this platform you've already picked up on that.
And I also feel that I've got a number of energies here as well. We're not talking about 2 or 3, we're perhaps talking about 20 or 30.
Gosh. Okay.
And all saying, just hang on a minute. What do you say, Frank? Yeah, he's saying to me, that's my spirit guide.
Okay.
I will communicate with it. I believe that Frank was a Roman soldier, and I was his lackey many moons ago, because that was in my past life. Anyway, we'll go into that later.
Well,
anyway,
that's certainly spooky.
What I find is that, you know, Frank's telling me that there's like 20 or 30, you know, people here that I don't know the date, but it's quite some time ago, probably 40, 50 years ago. Where there's something
is that your period, Laura? I mean,
yeah, I mean, there's happenings all through the first half of the century, but something quite particular happened here then, yeah.
Right. And I just find that all these people were thrown from one place to another in a confined space, thrown.
Right.
I get that impression.
That's very, very in line with quite a substantial story.
Right, okay.
Right.
Very, very sinister. And I also I'm seeing this man who's looking afar, and he appears as though he's got a smirk on his face. Just hang on a minute. Yeah, it's okay, Frank. Tell me. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Tell me. Okay. He's saying that this gentleman's wearing a kind of a uniform.
Right.
But not a military uniform, more of a standard, almost like a postman.
Right. See, Laura's getting a few goosebumps going down her spine at this point. Yeah. Okay.
And this person, I think we should be very wary of. Very wary.
Okay.
And that's all I really want to say at this point.
Well, shall we proceed to the next part of our
Absolutely.
investigation? Now, John, this is an interesting area of the investigation because we're shut off, we're well away from the main platform and the station. So, any developments here as far as you're concerned now?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm picking up two energies. One, interestingly enough, goes back to the platform where I picked up that gentleman. But he's not as strong here. What seems to be strong here is a smaller energy.
Smaller, you mean a child?
Possibly, yes. I'm seeing yes, a child, no more than maybe 5 or 6, and he appears to be lost. He can't get out. He wants to crawl.
I just think that, like, unless I see something, like, with my own eyes and I can actually blink and it will still be there, because I don't believe that something's just going to flash in front of me. I don't believe, like, you know, when you hear these people, like, I just saw a glimmer of something and then it went. Like, why would, if there was such thing?
Yeah, but that could be like, I remember years and years ago when I was at school, someone saw a ghost.
He's trying to find something. He's almost crawling around trying to pick up something.
This is extraordinary because that's exactly what it is. He was trying to get his toy train from underneath the train he was on, and he fell underneath, and he was on the track and couldn't get up, and he couldn't find his dad, and the train pulled off and crushed him under it.
Yeah, what were you saying about the Ouija boards? Anyone done a Ouija board?
Has anyone done a Ouija board?
I've never done one. I've known people to do Ouija boards. I've never actually done one. Have you? Anyone?
My grandma did one though. Something really weird happened with her. Like she was doing it at her sister's house, and like nothing was happening. You know, she was just like she was pushing it around for some fun. So the sister was like, "Is there anyone there?" And my grandma like pushed it to yes, as if you know the ghost was pushing it. And then she said, her sister said, "What's your name?" And my grandma just like picked a name out of thin air and spelt out Marie. Yeah. And it turned out that Marie was the woman who lived in the house before them, and she'd hung herself in the house.
Oh, really?
And like so she just got this name out of nowhere.
My mum is from South America, and they're really quite suspicious out there.
Yeah.
She's told me loads of horror stories about the Ouija board. She's always said, "Don't you ever do it."
Yeah.
And she told me some stories, but I think with hindsight, when I was younger, she told me when I was younger, that she was just saying that to scare me.
He's telling me that there's this not an old lady, actually, a young lady, and she's got permed hair, and it's almost coiffured. The position is coiffured, almost like, the French way of, doing a...
That's pretty specific, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And just hang on a minute. Okay. She's having a cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
She's a bit apprehensive, right, as she's, taking the cup to her mouth and drinking, right? And a knock at the door. Right, okay. It doesn't matter, Frank, just tell me what you see. Right, okay. Right. She's getting a note. It's in her hands. She's reading it. I think her name is Margaret. Yeah, Margaret.
And the note?
And the note says, "We regret to inform you that your husband was killed in action today." Right?
Wow.
Okay, now she's running. She's in a state. She's petrified, she's running. It's raining. She's running, and
okay, John,
white light.
I'm going to stop you because we're going to be back here later and we're going to take this further.
I'm quite excited.
Yeah.
I'm not scared yet, which is weird.
I just really don't know what to expect.
And I have no idea where it is.
I know what to expect. We're all going to get cold.
Yeah.
We've had some success with you sort of detecting things up to now. What are you feeling here? Anything at all?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't pick up a great deal. I mean, a little bit of residual energy, but no astral beings or spirits. I mean, I'm quite looking forward to get back to the platform because I felt a really eerie presence there, and particularly at night, I think something will definitely manifest itself tonight.
Oh, well, it doesn't mean, of course, that something won't be felt in here because we're having a lone vigil in this tube later on this evening.
Oh,
In fact, imagine you're just going to feel like you're literally underground, I guess. Lights down and everything. It's going to be quite probably intimidating, I would have thought.
Indeed, indeed.
Does anyone actually know where it is?
Literally just so much, you know. Not hearing anything, no?
I love it.
For rail enthusiasts, it's just fantastic with signs and signals and goodness knows what. You're looking a bit perturbed.
Yes, I'm getting a very eerie feeling here. Do you remember the feeling I got at the platform when we got off the train?
Yeah.
It's stronger here, very strong.
I like that though, the mystery.
Yeah, it's definitely the mystery. I still can't see myself being scared.
Right, okay. He's this guy, I see him really clear now. He's an enormous man, really big hands, really thick set.
So are you
almost
talking
like almost like a
enormous
wrestler.
fat or enormous tall?
No, really tall.
Okay.
You know, really tall. And he's got really big hands. I think now, you know, when I said about a uniform, it's more, as I say, it could be a postman. I don't know. And
We're in a rail museum. So
yeah.
You talked about a museum.
Yeah.
You talked about a
I know.
uniform.
But he's saying he didn't do it.
Oh, you're gonna absolutely crap yourself.
I can't see myself. But I can't see it. I can't.
Oh, look at the men like that. We're gonna be scared. Oh,
And he's saying that bitch, his wife's a bitch.
Do you reckon you're going to be scared?
I don't reckon. I don't know.
I can't see it.
In the
I can't
dark,
see it.
in the dark.
No,
It's so scary.
You ain't never think when you're walking home late at dark and it's dark and that, you don't think, oh right, okay, I'm going to see a ghost.
Yeah.
I see flashes of light, white light, bodies, screams, blood. Oh no.
It has to be the story of the young station master. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just too many similarities, and he was wrongly accused of rigging this train to derail, and he's never been seen since. So this, I'm convinced that you're talking about the same story.
Yeah,
It's
because you
a
can
more
still be
realistic
scared.
fear that's there,
You can
isn't it?
still be scared and it not have anything to do with ghosts. Like, if I'm in a dark place and then I can't see anything around me, I'm going to be scared, not because there might be a ghost, but just because I feel a bit, you don't really...
Yeah, that's what I expect.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean there's anything mysterious or ghostly. It's just something we don't know about.
Yeah, we're all going to be a bit anxious because no one knows where we're going.
Yeah.
No one knows the history behind it.
And we've all just met each other like literally minutes.
Strangers.
What, how long did like yous meet each other ago?
We've like about an hour.
Drive,
Like
yeah.
just in the because
Yeah,
we met the
Did you
limo
all
in
get
like
picked up at the same place?
yeah, we got picked up in St Albans.
Oh, St Albans?
Yeah.
Oh.
They drove us down.
Yeah.
Were you
It's a
guys
long
from?
We're from Essex.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm from like Surrey.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like
Where do you live in St Albans?
I live in St Albans, yeah.
I live in London, but I was around those anyway. So.
And I live like in North London. So.
Oh, okay.
Whereabouts in Essex do you live?
Well, I'm quite embarrassed to say near where you picked us up from. It kind of is. The nice part. Yeah.
Did you say you live in a nice part?
The nice
Get that little
part,
bit in
because
there. Slide that in the conversation.
What part of Surrey do you live?
The nice part, yeah.
Oh no.
Really, is it Owen?
That has got a scary place, hasn't it? Because it's got the church that was filmed in the Omen. Filmed the Omen.
Really?
Yeah, in the university.
Oh, really?
Because I had a friend who went to uni there.
yeah, Guildford Cathedral next
It's
to
a really bleak looking.
Maybe we're going somewhere like that. Maybe
Yeah, it is. It's a big old building and like it looks scary, but I've walked through there 1,001 times and I've never experienced nothing there either. No. So, yeah, but no, I just can't. I just refuse, right? Like that's what when people say they see ghosts. What people never see cavemen, do they? They never see like dinosaurs and things like that. They just never see like.
It's
really
never in
old
the light
things.
either. It's always in the dark. It's like, why would a ghost just come out in the dark, right? You
And
know?
why is not everyone a ghost?
Maybe
Why
it
is
was
there only
shy.
certain
Maybe
people
ghosts
a
were
ghost?
shy.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be seen. It was makeup.
But you just sometimes you think it's too much evidence for it not to be true.
Yeah,
But there's never been anything that's like.
Yeah, what's been proven?
Even a
But you can't
scientist
prove
said,
that
I
something
think.
doesn't exist.
Has anything ever been caught directly on camera There's never been nothing there ever.
There has been stuff
Yeah,
like
there
that
has
on
been
cameras,
stuff
like
like that,
photos
yeah,
and stuff, but
people
you
can
can't
say,
quite.
is it this or this is that?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But I guess it is.
What
If you're
photo
more
trickery.
inclined to believe
Yeah, of
it,
course.
you'll
Easily.
go, oh, maybe it could be this. But if you don't believe it, you can go, well, it ain't this.
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah,
again,
yeah.
it's all...
It's like
however
there was a
you're
really
like.
famous picture of the Loch Ness monster. People were like, no, this is absolutely,
There's a piece of
this is
wood or
absolutely
something
true.
like that, wasn't it?
This is absolutely no. This photo hasn't been hoaxed at all. And eventually, before there was two brothers, I think, and before they died, they admitted they'd hoaxed it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was one of the most famous of it sticking his head
Yeah,
out.
but when that
Yeah.
piece
There's
of
so
wood or
much of
something
it.
like that, because I watched
Yeah,
something like that
something-
as well. Yeah,
something
something
really
ridiculous, silly.
crap. But most experts were like, no, this is absolutely true.
Yeah,
And
Garrett, yeah.
It wasn't.
And like the ripples, when there's like a boat going along that, there's the ripples behind the boat, and they said, oh, it's like the humps. I was like, well,
Because
clearly
people
it's
can allow
not.
themselves to believe something and,
Yeah,
and change
that's
it for
it.
what,
I think it's like
what it is.
it is nice to believe in stuff like
It
that. Though. Like
is.
I like to think that
Things
people are still there.
Yeah. You
You
don't
don't
like
have to just
the
let them
idea that
go.
you're just dying in the onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've lost someone you love, then you hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a nice theory, but
Is it?
well,
How
I
true is
just-
it?
yeah.
I take it none of you are religious then.
No.
I'm the complete atheist. How about you? Are you religious?
Yeah, not anymore.
Kinda
Well,
go.
no, because my mum's obviously been believing. She's strong Catholic.
Yeah.
So I was sort of brought up at the start, and that's all the Ouija board. Don't dare do that. It's devil stuff. But you know, it's once I get my
What did
got my own
What
mind.
did you say about you doing this today?
She's all right with it. She thinks that hopefully I should see something and change
Did
my
you tell
mind.
her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've told her. I've
Okay.
told her everything. I just said, sort of like most haunted or something, because she likes watching all that
Yeah,
stuff. So
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
she's happy. She's pleased that I'm sort of on it.
See, I watch that stuff and I just think, oh,
Same as
God,
that.
it's just pathetic.
Well,
But they allow themselves, don't they? So,
But-
what was that?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Like I
pal,
said,
you
my
know,
mum wanted me to bring rosemary beads, because just in case I bring something into the house. I
I
do the Ouija board, I was going to follow you.
So she's Catholic as well, your mum?
No, she's like just Christian. Catholic, Christian,
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's like she thinks that I should have brought something with me to make sure nothing's going to follow me back and go in the house and haunt the house.
Oh my god.
Like haunt my house and things. I'm like, nah, you're mental.
Nothing's gonna follow me because
Crazy.
nothing like that
You're
exists.
crazy. Because she swears blind. She's done like this, that. She swears blind. Like my granddad, that's like her dad. She swears like black as white that she saw him, and I'm like,
Really?
Obviously, I think you've been dreaming, or I don't know.
It's such a weird feeling though. Like
Same as my sister. She thinks she's seen things as well. I'm like,
Yeah.
my whole family, literally, I'm like, I've got a very big family. There's like probably me and like a couple other cousins that like, nah, there's nothing
I
like.
don't know much.
that
I just
at all.
feel like there's so much like in your mind. It's unbelievable that you can project images just by thinking about them. Like I think that sometimes you really want, as you said, like you want to feel comfort and stuff like that, and you can actually see things. Like I think that your mind is powerful enough to be able to create things. That's why I'm not always.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just believe something because I want to. I don't feel like I
So if you did see something, would you think it was your mind, or would you trust yourself?
No, I think that
I
I'd
believe my
actually,
mind.
because I feel like I can
Yes, if
kind of
you saw-
control
if you
myself.
both
So
saw
if I
something
see
today-
something, then I will look at it. I won't like.
Yeah, but you say that, but
I'm
you're
not
not
running
going
that, but I want to poke
No,
it now.
I'm
I'm
not
like, I'm
gonna
on it. I'm
see
like,
it
I'm too curious to be like.
No,
so I
but
wanna-
are you? Or
Freddie's going to rugby tackle the bug.
I'm saying, yeah.
He sees a finger and he's going to be the first one to destroy
Give me your wallet.
Yeah, I might be acting big and brave now. Ask me this like in a few hours' time. You never know. But how I feel right this second, I think if I see something, I want to poke it and see if it's real.
No,
Whether I do that and run
no,
off and
no,
like start
no,
hiding
but
under
like,
like
if I
behind
see
people and
something,
things
then
like
I
that, it's
think,
too
like-
many
It's gonna happen,
stories.
mate.
I'm
It's
not.
not
I
gonna
wouldn't
happen.
go on
Yeah,
to say
same.
then, oh my god, like you have to believe me that I saw something. I'll just take it as like, oh, it might have been something, or like I won't. I don't think I'll kind of preach it.
Well,
or
we
start
think
becoming
like, I think for all of us, if we did the Ouija board and I said like if they told us something that no one else, none of you, like, obviously we don't know each other, sister, but like if they said something that no one else could know, then I'd believe
like
it.
where that
Do you know what I
lottery
mean?
ticket is.
Yeah, we said,
Oh my
"Ask
God.
you how many lottery tickets."
Oh, yeah. Has that not been found yet? Have they not found the person? Oh my god. I'm hoping it's me because there's a I've got a sweepstake at work, but, and I haven't been in for a couple of weeks, and I don't know if the other girl's been in as
Might
well
be
and
you.
did it. Might be me.
Hey. We're going to will, aren't we? We're gonna will.
Split 6 ways. Come on.
Yeah, we're all friends here.
Come all in together. Don't know, you all could be like possessed or something. You never know. That's another thing my mum's going on about. Oh,
Possession?
Yeah, possession. Are you going to get possessed? I'm like, I've just got my hands open. I'm like, really?
My friend's like, we're throwing holy water over you next time we see you.
I can't see it, but I'm actually like excited. Really excited.
Yeah, I'm quite excited.
I think we're probably going to allow ourselves to get spooked by noises or
Yeah.
something like
But
that.
then you could, like, that's what I mean. You can be scared without it being ghosts. Like ghosts. You can just be. You feel a bit like you're not in a place you know and all that. So you can have fears.
And
But
it
it
is,
doesn't
I think,
automatically mean
automatically,
it's because you believe in ghosts or because you're scared of ghosts.
Or there is a ghost there.
When someone says to you, it's haunted here, you automatically will think,
Yeah,
when someone
yeah.
goes, we're just going to a house, you don't think anything. I don't even know, are we even going to a house? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
What happened to the station master?
What
Because
happened was he was convicted.
Yeah.
He'd been he was basically, there were faults on the line, and they'd been putting through sort of false maintenance reports, but they thought that they suspected him of foul play. And when he was in court, his wife testified against him because, well, basically she was having an affair and her lover was on the train, so she assumed that he was trying to sort of kill him. And so he was convicted, but he escaped.
Right. And they never found him, did they?
No,
did they look for him?
Yes,
tell
they
him he
did.
was innocent.
Yeah, he escaped court and ran away, and they looked for him and couldn't find him, and they assumed he'd taken his own life.
What are you picking
Where did
up?
that come
Simon,
from?
our cameraman, what are you... Nothing?
Get away from there!
It was at this point that we decided to take a break and wait for the sun to set. What more surprises lie in store for us and our special guests when they arrive.
Hello. Hiya. I'm Viv. I've got a very cold hand. I'm going to shake yours. Hi, I'm Natalie. Yeah, Natalie. Hello, Gemma. Gemma. Hi, Gemma. Nice to meet you. I'm Viv.
Hello, I'm Freddie.
Freddie. Hi, Freddie.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Sam. Hello, Sam. How are you? Sorry,
Grab that in a minute, that's all right.
Hello, I'm Bryony. Hi, Bryony. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Frank.
Hi, Frank. How are you?
Yeah, all right, all right.
I'd like you to treat this evening with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. I have to tell you that I've been to quite a few locations, and this location, as soon as I stepped onto the platform, I got a very negative feel, very, very negative. And I've actually experienced through my spirit guide, I've actually experienced one or two negative thoughts, experiences, and indeed spirits. So if you ever get the feeling that you're going to be contacted or whatever, just be very calm, collected. Just sit down. I'm there. Viv's around, as is Laura. Just to calm you down if ever that materializes. So just ask as many questions as you can. I'm here as your sounding board. All right. And the best thing is, let's have fun. Yeah? Yeah, and I'm really drawn to those tracks again, Steve, really drawn. I'm going to have to move over there, actually. Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely present here again, Steve. Definitely.
And this is the for those who haven't heard what story it was.
Yeah, she's. I mean, I can see her running barefoot back all those years ago, and she's running. She's the only active spirit here.
Should we
There's
try?
a lot of residual energy, but she's the only active spirit here.
Okay, let's try and get Frank. Do you want to call out her name, Margaret?
Go for it.
Margaret. Just call out
Margaret.
to Margaret.
Try Mrs. Jones. Try Mrs. Jones. Try
Because if
Mrs.
she's
Jones.
here, we want to try and encourage her to be around us, and because that's how we build up the energy. And it usually is.
In fact, we're all over the place here. Let's form a better circle here.
Let's get in a bit.
Let's do that. Okay. Let's have a few seconds just to relax, empty your thoughts. All right. And let's all channel our energy towards Frank. Okay. We all channel our energy, focus on Frank when he's about to try and communicate with Margaret.
Mrs. Jones. Again?
Yeah, just keep calling to her and say, just try and talk to her. Just talk to her normally. And basically, from our point of view, whenever we've done this before, you've just got to talk to the spirits.
and you talking about them, saying they're here. She's obviously making herself aware to us, because John picked this up earlier on. He's obviously picking up a bit stronger now, and I think.
If you remember, I didn't quite get a Christian
didn't get a names like that, and
a lot more.
It was exactly here in daylight, so we said we'd come back here at night. Now what we want to try and do is just communicate with her, try and get her energy around us, because the spirits will try and communicate with us in different ways.
Yeah.
I think if we'll get Freddie to do it. Let's ask Freddie. Will you talk to her? Talk to Margaret.
Hello, Margaret. If you're here, could you make yourself be known? Mrs. Jones?
There's something here. Obviously, we were aware there's something here because it happened earlier on. And I think what we should do now is, if we kind of just move up the track a little bit, up this way, because we haven't into sort of new ground, virgin territory.
So I think for me, it's more, I kind of want to see something
with your own eyes.
With my own eyes in a way. And I think I quite like to test myself and see kind of how much I can do and what scares me and what doesn't and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what intrigued me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No?
I don't really believe in anything.
She enjoys scaring herself.
I enjoy scaring myself. And but the
you
thing
might
is,
really scare yourself tonight.
the thing is, if there was something that I could see, I won't just believe it if I can feel something or I feel like weird. I won't believe that. I want to see something to make me believe it. And if I don't see it, then I have, it'd be fun and stuff. But
well, we were saying in the car earlier, though, wasn't we, that it's one of these things that it's, unless you experience it yourself, you will never quite believe it. So, not saying you're a liar, but it's a case of you always hear a friend, this happened to a friend, you know someone who knows someone. And I
certainly, I feel the same.
Go ahead.
A lot of stories that are the same, that do make it, I find it very hard not to believe it. Like especially right here, Viv and I were talking earlier, there's been a lot of sightings of the same thing here, for example. But until you want to see it yourself or experience it, don't you? Because it's one thing to say, or something says, or not. No, exactly. I'm not sure if I would, but it'd just be interesting, wouldn't it? Kind of, but I think it's when people tell I always find that quite hard not to believe when people tell the same story and they have no way of knowing each other or meeting each other, and that's what we find a lot in research here.
All look brown.
My personal feeling, and I'm sceptical, is that I think do you have to be religious to believe something's going to happen? I don't know how you all feel. Oh right, okay. My feeling is that's my feeling that you'd have to be. But you said you had this experience and you're not religious.
I just think it's that thing of like when you shut your eyes and then all of a sudden the rest of your senses come heightened. It's like giving you that chance to breathe. And like take stuff in.
I think there's something in it though that spirits, especially things like being visited by a relative, only make themselves appear in any way, even if it's a feeling or a sense, if they feel that you are open to receiving it. I think there's something in that.
I really missed it.
Because I think I find people who have had that experience are people who are quite spiritually open, not necessarily religious, but spiritually open,
Yeah, I guess so.
We were talking to Freddie in the car and he was saying, but there's no proof in this. But then you think, well, why would they want to show themselves? Maybe there's a reason why it's hidden. Maybe there's, some rule in the spirit world where you only show to people who need you, and so they've not appeared in photographs, but they're probably like higher than that. They don't need that kind of.
It's so beyond us, isn't it? It's not like our rule book.
They won't appear in your little Nikon camera.
No, sort of.
Has anyone else experienced anything?
Something like 20 years ago, I just remember once feeling almost like somebody'd put a hand on my head. I said I'm sceptical. I'm the one that doesn't believe in any of this. But yes, I did think that somebody, and I can't even remember what situation I was in at the time. There was definitely nobody there.
Oh my god, that's so scary. It's really real. That must be, it's different, isn't it, from just sensing? I've had experiences like you before, grandparents.
Like,
but not actually physically.
Yeah. And you think, is somebody playing a joke on me?
Yeah.
That's what you think automatically.
The thing is, it's anything, you rationalise everything generally, don't you? Because it's the same way, like,
not everyone does that.
But like in my house, I'm fine. It's being in my house home alone in the dark because I know my house. But if someone went to me, your house is haunted, every noise you'd go, what is that? What is this? So I guess
even just coming to a place that we know that is haunted, you're automatically kind of more susceptible to finding something, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. It just means that you're kind of looking in a weird way for something, and everything will be related to that.
But I think dealing with it logically almost, I don't know, like we try and rationalise and logicalise it, but I think, as you were just saying, it must be in a complete rule book in the spirit world. Like I don't think you can, it's a bit like if you're talking about God or anything like that, it doesn't, we can't make it, if you humanise it, I don't think it makes sense, you know what I mean? So it's not necessarily logical. It's
It's strange because I guess you can find excuses for anything, really. If you think about it.
So from a history point of view, I mean, you've researched stuff around here.
Yeah, and I suppose it has changed a bit how I felt about it, because I've only had experiences of things like my grandfather, feeling his energy. I never had anything like touching or anything like that, but my grandparents live around here, my parents were living around here, and I've heard so many stories over the years about around here, and so I started to read up on them, and it comes back to that thing about hearing the same story so many different times. And it's, I mean, I don't a bit nervous to talk about it in case it happens, but things, there've been a lot of quite, you know, tragic accidents and things that have happened on this line over, I mean, the whole century. Stuff as far back as the early 1900s, and people have had sort of, I don't know, supernatural experiences that tie in with those factual historical stories that actually happened, you know, and that you know have happened because their families are still around here, and I just think it's too much coincidence. I mean, earlier we were talking about John was getting a feeling, and some of the stuff he was describing tied in precisely with one of the stories. And I mean, I've never met him, and as far as I know, he knows nothing about around here.
No,
or, you know,
some of the stuff
so it does make
coming up.
I don't know. It makes it's hard not to think.
I mean, we
about
kept using the word spooky, didn't we? Which was sort of a bit 21st century.
That's what it felt. I kept saying that when they said, "Oh, does this time anything?" I was like, "Oh, it's spooky." Because it tied in with a lot of my research that I've been doing. Because I guess that's I've looked into it like that. When people have told you spooky story, I try and track it and see, like, okay, is there anything in there? Or is it just someone making stuff up? And I have to say, more often than not, there has been.
What was it here? Are we not allowed to know?
What, in this spot?
Yeah, or just generally?
Well,
so you must be more freaked out than us at the moment.
Definitely. Like, the thing, if something happens, I feel quite in control about it because it's something you've studied, you know, you've like looked into. But if something actually happens, that would probably be a different story. But there are a couple of really sad stories of things where people have died on the line. I mean, there's one story. I don't know if we're meant to tell these stories, but of a little boy who died on further down the platform. He fell under the train when it was stationary, and then when it pulled out, he was crushed under the train. This is ages ago, like 1919 or something. And is that right? 1919, I think. And people have heard little boy screams and shrieks, and have images of them being trapped. You know, God. I know, I probably shouldn't say anymore. That's enough. But that's, you know, you just think, when I heard someone telling that image, I just thought that's exactly that story. You know.
But I know this is really like, but like, say we do all hear something, what do we do?
We just record it.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, one of these things, like, if we all hear a noise, what do we do? Do we stick together? Like,
I think we need to stick together because it's dark. Exactly. I mean,
he's very adamant about we must all stick.
Oh God, no, I have no intention of going off on my own.
Stay calm. I mean, John has said they won't harm us. Nothing will happen to us.
So should we go quiet for a minute and see
if anything,
if we feel anything? I mean, even though we are not mediums like John, but perhaps we'll feel something. Oh, I don't know.
Is sorry, before we go quiet, is John going to come around with us at one point?
I think they're going to mix it up.
Yeah, I think it's just
so
like...
you get the chance, because he seems very good.
He
seems very good. Plausible. Plausible. I haven't sort of caught him out yet.
Quite a good actor.
Trying.
Yes, in trying. Definitely.
I don't quite know where to look. The floor?
Don't really know. Let's just sort of try and channel our energy.
Natalie, don't wander off. I know what you're like. I can see a person. I can see a
Okay. Who's that? Who is it?
He didn't look very spectral to me.
He didn't have a white shirt. No white shirt.
Not a little boy then. Thanks for static. I don't know if this camera's still recording. Okay, so I'm trying to take this. Sorry. Just had a little problem behind the cameras. I'm just sorting it out.
Do you want to hold this?
It's not been
I'm not the
hex or whatever it's called.
How weird. Maybe it's just a clock.
That's weird.
What happened?
I don't know. Hold on.
It's not a battery, isn't it?
No, the
No,
battery's
it's filming,
full.
but it's not filming what we're pointing at.
Okay. This should... Wait. Okay, it's back.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why. What happened?
Okay, we're back on 2 cameras. Okay.
As we were.
Did you press anything?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Probably.
Tell me if it happens again.
Had a train siren then. Yeah, so that was obviously the main line. Now be careful guys, because there is a pit down here. It goes under the train.
Yeah, I really need to go down here.
You want to go down there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'm really feeling something down
You want to go down there with one... Right, Simon, do you want to follow...
Yeah.
Come down there with your small camera. Guys, you,
Oh yeah.
Kurt,
Steve, the energy's really strong down here.
down there,
Yeah, it's really negative.
everybody moves to the platform and we'll leave Frank and Freddie to go in on their own.
Okay.
Right?
You don't have to do this if you don't want to, guys.
No.
You sure? Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're absolutely sure it's going to be okay? Because obviously at the moment you're kind of saying no, but I just want to... This is the kind of thing I want to test because these guys are newcomers to this, and this is the kind of thing I want to do. I want to put them into this situation. They're quite happy
Well,
to
if
do
they're
it.
happy to do it, fine. But
Yeah.
I just found it very, very negative in there. That's
Okay.
why I had to get out. If they're happy to do it, no problem. But
So you guys
I
are
won't be
okay
held
with this, yeah?
responsible. You know what I mean?
Both of you.
I just won't be held responsible. I mean, you guys do it, fine. But
Right,
you know.
okay. Well, what we'll do is wait until we're actually over here on the platform. We'll all get on the platform and we'll go behind this thing, and then we'll tell you to go in. Where it's stronger at the moment, or is it...
I feel as though I want to go. I want to go more
where
towards
the
that
girls
area.
were.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
It'll be
definitely.
interesting for us to find out what the girls...
Yeah.
What
Okay.
happened with them.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll get the guys out of there in 2 minutes, and we'll go on the train and just do a little thing on the train and see if there's any. But what we'll do is
Yeah.
we'll go down to the second carriage and do it down there a bit closer to the museum.
Right.
Okay?
You're not getting scared now, are you, Freddie?
I ain't getting scared. I'm alright, I've just fucking got a leg ache. I can't really set my back up there.
I don't think there's anything here. Well, if there is, I can't feel it. I'm not a medium there.
If there was something here, mate, I'm sure. You look back that way behind us, and I'll look this way. We'll have a proper little scope out. Do you want me to have a camera on you?
Yeah, go on.
Just have a little... Where are you?
I'd love to say I could heard something or saw something, but I don't... I think most I'm going to get at this is a banged head.
Never know, I mean, creep down here, let's have a look.
Can you feel anything?
Not yet.
He seems to be travelling with us now.
Right.
Yeah, he's travelling with us now. In fact, there's three or four that's travelling with us now. Yeah.
So are they here now or around us or what?
Yeah, they're around us. They're around us. I'm getting that guy in the uniform again. Yeah. He's really menacing now, Steve. Really menacing. You know, he's really saying, listen,
get away from here, you know. This is his territory, you know, get away, you know. And I really think, you know, we should, you know, move more in that direction.
Okay,
He
right.
doesn't want us to be here
That's
at all,
fine.
at all.
I think
In
that's
fact, I
good.
think you should bring the guys away from
Let's
there,
get
to
them
be
out of
honest.
there, guys.
I was I didn't really get scared. I didn't see nothing. I didn't feel no like different feeling. I didn't feel warmth or cold. Okay. I just felt pretty normal.
Wasn't very comfortable under there, but yeah, I have to probably agree with Freddie. I didn't really feel anything.
Let's move on back
I
to
think
the
we should
pub.
move very quickly.
Yeah?
He doesn't want us to be here, to be honest, Steve. He's
Okay.
getting very perturbed.
Right,
Yeah?
okay, let's
Right?
go. Let's
I
walk.
think we should move more in that direction, to be honest.
Can't we walk up the platform?
Well, I wouldn't chance it. He really doesn't want us to be here, to be honest.
Just keep running, yeah.
A really bad feeling, you know.
Right, back to the main hub then. Doing what? No, we're all here. Stop a second, stop. Did you hear some bump?
I only heard one bump. It came from in
We're
there.
all here though, aren't we? Everyone's here.
Unless there's someone in that train. I heard 2 bumps in that train. Like someone's walking or train.
Well, let's go. Can we go? Do you think we can go and have a look?
Did you hear that as well, Frank? Was that just me going?
No, I heard one bump.
I heard one bump, then maybe think, and I thought.
Is there anything in there? Anyone in there?
I can't see anything. I'm sure there's a bump.
Well, I tell you what, that's going to be something we come back and do, because we'll move back now to move back. Let's go back inside, review what the girls have got. We can tell them what we got. Did it sound like
There's a muffled sound, yeah.
But did it sound like it was at the window?
No, it sounded
No, I
like
don't
it was inside, like someone dropped something in there.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling its presence on top of my shoulders. It's really weighing my shoulders
Right,
down.
well,
at the
let's
moment.
move
so
then.
I think we
Okay.
should move,
Okay,
right?
guys, have you got anybody?
Stephen? Stephen?
What's going on? Hey?
Had a funny turn.
Did he?
Yeah. I just feel as though I really.
We need to get
gotta
inside.
move.
Come on, let's
Get him inside. Just get him inside.
Because this is the kind of thing. Maybe we've just been out here a bit too long. Let's get inside.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
get in. Guys, we can get inside and just get out of this environment.
I've got something or somebody is on top of my shoulder, and I just can't seem to. I just can't seem to shake whatever it is on my shoulder, and I can't communicate with it at the moment. I'm not picking it.
It's just like a weight.
Yeah, it's just a weight.
Like is it a man? Is it a male presence?
Yeah, I mean a big man.
Right.
Yeah, and I just can't seem to get him off my shoulder.
Let's,
I mean,
let's get you in there and settle down. We'll all have a quick cup of tea. Oh. Hang on. Stay there a second.
Should I get a chair or something?
Yeah. If we can take Ray's camera?
Yeah. Someone take Ray's camera. John, can you sit back there?
Give it to Freddie. Ray, you got your first aid?
Yeah.
Just my legs are up top.
Right, just get down.
I haven't got him.
No, you're gonna go. Ray's on top of me. Just
Keep his leg over. Pull him over there.
his legs can help.
Push your leg forward.
Bloody hell. His legs are stiff. It's like from in rock.
Right.
Touch his leg, Frank. So it's like.
You don't want to lay him on his back because if he goops,
yeah,
Frank, choke.
on his side.
Leave him on it. You feel like you're going to be sick?
His legs are like straight, like
Sam?
stretched out, elongated.
You go get some water?
Yeah.
Have you got a torch, Sam?
Yeah.
Take a torch. You don't suffer from epilepsy, right?
No, not at all, no.
You're not diabetic or anything?
No.
Get him warm. Get him into the warm.
What a film. Just massively tense, doesn't it?
He just looks taller than he is.
Do you want to rub his legs so you can get some heat back into them?
Have you still got this weight?
Yeah, it's really annoying. It feels obviously I'm responsible for this.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm seeing
We got some water.
The only thing I can move is my neck. That's it. Everything else is like stiff.
Well, he's just stiff. He's got, like, his legs are like hard. Do you feel his legs? They're just completely like they've got longer.
Are you alright with this? Yeah. Or just dribble a drop in?
Oh, mate.
Sorry. You're right.
I'm going to break his fingers, man.
No, don't. Honestly, mate, let's pick him up. You know what I mean?
Can somebody organise them to get a kettle on and we'll get some sweet tea?
Thank you, do that.
If there's a blanket in there anywhere, a blanket would be good.
I think we just need to turn the cameras off now because this isn't funny. There was nothing. And then we went further up the tracks and there was nothing. So John was like saying, well, the further we get away from the museum area, the less energy it seemed to be. So he started walking back.
Yeah, and then
he kind of picked up something underneath the railway, underneath the actual train.
Right.
So
Where was
we,
this?
At the back, right in the middle of the railway line. And we sent Freddie and Frank underneath it on the road. They didn't pick anything up at all. So then, as we're walking back, you heard some noise.
Just work with your camera.
You got enough room there, or do you want to...
Yeah, I'm fine. I just hate being in these things. I will happily go on a bus, but I hate the tube. Even when it's stationary.
Yeah.
I hate the tube.
Really? I don't know.
So much. Hate it,
my camera's completely off.
Right. I'm the only one that is
Fuck that shit. No.
No, come on. Somebody there.
Someone that wouldn't have just...
Oh, I don't believe it.
I don't believe that bollocks.
Hold on.
Which end did that come from?
Is that down the front or the back? At the back, brother. That was someone slamming the door, surely.
Have the boys all gone? Have they all gone down the track?
Yeah, no, they're not going to do it because they're down.
I ain't going down there.
They won't do that.
Already then.
Oh, come on. Somebody must have been playing.
Yeah, I'll come with you. Come on, I'll come with you. I'll film you.
You go first.
I thought it was Zane.
Wait, should I radio them?
I thought it was Zane.
Guys, please just stay put for a second. I just want to radio. Stephen.
I don't need to radio for help.
Richard Stephen. I just want to ask what they are.
I don't believe one of them.
No. I'll go and look down the front.
Believe that.
Richard to
Don't
Stephen.
start spinning around.
Give me out, I'll take it.
Whereabouts are you guys? Whereabouts are you guys? Okay, well we just had a door slam on us.
We had a door in the tube slam on us. We just wanted to see where you guys were.
I know I missed it.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, we're going to stay here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I fucking hate this. Oh my God.
We're not even halfway down.
Shut up, okay? Is that so difficult?
Come on, guys, let's go.
What do you want?
I don't know.
What?
No, just go on.
Obviously, I'm just saying. Well, I don't really appreciate you flirting with my boyfriend right in front of me. Don't laugh. Are you laughing at me?
Fucking hell. Fucking teeth.
That was somebody. I don't care what. That could have been anybody, man.
It's too loud. It's too loud.
What, to be a ghost?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
Of course, ain't gonna be like.
How did if it was somebody playing a prank?
Was that door even open? Was it open or shut? Did anyone shut it behind them?
I shut it behind us. I switched off the light and I shut it behind us.
Well, yeah, because you turned the light off, didn't you? Then you came
The
in.
thing is, if somebody did that as a prank, where would they go afterwards?
Yeah, but if they're out the back, all they got to do is kick the door.
No, but you can hear the cobbles. You can hear us walking up. Like
Nah,
this
man,
isn't
you can't kick
this
the
isn't
door.
like a
If somebody
cartoon.
came in and slammed that door with force, then they must have been.
Man, I'm sorry, but
I don't know, because I just think to myself, like, well, I saw a random. There is some random people walking around because we saw one random.
How did you know
man.
that wasn't a ghost?
No, it was an actual man. So I'm not being
Yeah,
funny.
we
There
saw
is
a guy
someone
before,
here
but-
that we don't know that he's here. So
Well, no, the guy that walked was probably the guy
We
that
should
lives
have
at the
looked to
house.
see if somebody then came out of the tube.
I'm sure. Look, if you think about it, he's saying, "Oh, this is a haunted location." He's getting people to come here, and he's doing stuff like that, walking around on his own. I reckon so, definitely.
Steve, should there be anyone on the tracks or anything?
No.
I've just seen someone walk across the track. Down there.
Where we picked nothing up was typical, isn't it? Did you?
I just looked back and I saw someone. You can see where the light shines down past through the train.
Yeah.
Someone. I've just seen a shadow just walk through, or someone walk across.
Well, look. Right, let's stand here for. Right, am I looking directly straight?
Yeah. See where that light is on the left-hand side, the little one that's lower down.
Yeah.
Just below that. I'm sure that's someone getting closer to us.
Was it on the left-hand side? There's two lights. One's a big light, a bright light.
Yeah,
the left-hand
yeah.
light, yeah.
Yeah.
Now all I'm getting in this screen.
One to the left.
There's a bright and then there's two, yeah?
There's one to the left.
To the left of it.
Dimmer. That's not as big as the
Yeah.
bright one. Do
And
you
that's
mean
where it
over
is.
there? Because that's.
I can't see Well, I'm
That's what I thought
confused.
I saw
Right,
something.
right, the big light. I'm looking at the big light. And
Yeah,
now where do
look,
I go?
I'm seeing it.
To the left.
There's another light
this
there.
way, yeah?
Right, yeah, but
The
can
only
you see
light
at
to
the
the
bottom?
left.
Yeah,
Can you see
and
the
there's
bottom?
two.
It looks like.
Okay, look, someone is walking towards. If you can't fucking see that,
No.
can you see that?
You can see something moving.
I can't see it.
Every now and again you catch it when
Yeah.
he comes in. Or he or she comes in.
Where?
If you're at
We'll
the
go.
right-
Let's just go and have a look.
covered the light.
So who's going to go and have a
Just
look?
covered the light. I'm telling you.
Right.
Or was that me moving?
Right, does someone else want to hold this torch?
Right,
So-
let's just be sensible about this. Wait a minute, quiet,
Right.
quiet.
Could be just one of the crew, right?
Can we just be quiet and just? Shh, can we just be quiet and try and see if we can focus in up there, or one of us to go up there? I need one of us to go up there without.
Two of us. I'll come with you.
No, you take the camera with you.
Okay. Is
Take
it
the camera
on?
with you.
Is it on,
You
yeah?
had the torch. You had the torch.
And I'll have the camera.
Yeah.
I will stay just
Right.
aim it up there between the lights.
Right, well, hang on, wait. Look here and make sure I'm aiming at the right place.
Yeah, just aim for that light.
Aim for that light.
There's someone standing there. I'm telling you, there's someone
Right.
fucking standing.
Where? I can't.
Yeah, but it's dark. You're not going to see someone's fucking face, are you? What I'm saying is, there's someone. What? There's someone.
Towards your face. That's better.
It's really bright.
Well, just kind of underneath like that. That's it. You just need a little bit of light. That's it. That's better.
Well, I'm agree with Sam. I think there's something. There is something. Look.
Oh my god.
Can you not see it?
How they're looking at it.
They're saying it's right there.
Someone's standing there, yeah, and they're just standing there looking, and they slowly keep getting closer and closer. Come on, let's walk a bit faster.
Right, but I want to know what.
Well, we don't know. It could be one of the crew. I don't know. All I'm saying is,
They're saying it's right there.
Where?
He's fucking standing on the fucking platform. There's something standing on the platform.
Hang on, put it back up.
Look. Literally.
Big light?
Yeah, big light. No, not big light.
Little light.
Little light.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a black thing standing on the platform.
Yeah.
Can you see that now?
Right, I can see that now. But that could be anything. Is it moving?
Come on, let's get closer then.
It just.
That's what I think. That's what I saw. I
Something
can't
blocks
see
it
it now.
out, and like a moving, like it's.
What do you think, Brian?
And I definitely saw it moving. It was moving. And
But what does it look like to you?
Just like a figure, like a person.
Because we haven't heard much from you at the moment, so that would be good to see what you just think is a figure,
Yeah.
not a shadow. Because I honestly don't think I saw a lot. I'm not sure if it was one of the members of the crew or whatever, but...
You did tell everyone.
It must be a crew, right?
But you told everyone to stay inside so that this wouldn't happen, there'd be no confusion.
Yeah. It's got to be one of the crew.
They're in the tube train, aren't they?
Well, point the lights towards your faces a little bit, that's it, so I can just get you...
They're looking on the tracks now. Oh, if it's not getting too close.
Keep your lights over here.
Sorry, mate.
So,
I don't know, you don't know, do you? If it's just like, because you're looking for it.
Yeah, true.
well, this is the whole point of the documentary. This is what I wanted. I wanted you to come along and experience what is real and what's not real.
Guys,
we don't know what's going on. Guys, you going to come back?
Right, stop here for a minute. Right. Right, let's stop here. Because we're quite close. Is this where you thought you saw someone earlier?
Literally on the platform. I can't see it now. It's not there.
Why can't they see it? It seems odd that we can see it from far away and they can't see it.
It could just be a trick of the light.
It could
like
be.
that, surely.
I mean, it could just be like a tree that's like blowing in the wind and in and out of the light or something. But it did look like a figure.
I need to go and have a wee, actually.
Well, I'll turn off the video camera for that, yeah? Down.
It could be anything. It could be a shadow, or it could be... Do you know what I mean? I'm not convinced.
Well, the strangest thing has just happened.
Right.
My battery has gone dead.
And that was a brand new battery.
And it's a brand new battery.
As soon as Simon was walking up, I heard a bang, bang.
Oh, yeah, so did I.
And then we heard another bang, bang.
Yes, I'm fine.
Shh. Hello? Hello? Can you hear footsteps? Is anyone there? Okay guys, let's walk up. And again.
Is it these? Yeah.
Oh.
It is that, but that wasn't the noise we heard.
It sounded like it was in there. I was up
sounded
here.
a bigger bang than that, definitely. Because we stopped, didn't we? You were on that
I was
when you
here.
were walking along.
Just...
What?
Just don't.
I was just trying to do it, was all.
Well, fucking don't. Frank, okay? You're such a child.
Right.
What's your problem? I'm sorry?
Wait, come on guys, it's just...
Hey!
I can't believe you don't understand. You guys have a problem with me. Okay, don't touch me!
No.
Do you think I'm stupid?
All right.
About what? What is your problem? No, you can't talk to me. Like, what is wrong with you?
I don't know what she's doing. She's gone. She's here. She's here on the floor.
Sweetheart, you're right. Seriously. Can you stand? What did he say to her? What did he do?
I think...
You're right. What just happened there?
I don't know. You said you started arguing.
I didn't mean to...
What did you say?
Freak you out. No, nothing happened.
She just went funny because she just ran off and then I ran
before
past her.
when she said something. She said something.
Say anything. I'm
No, but you
I
haven't
didn't mean
what?
to upset her. I'm sorry. But...
Okay.
I don't know where I was.
What happened?
Well, basically we were standing there, we were about to do a little sounds thing and you started arguing with her.
But yeah, because she's just making little comments about me the whole time. Like what? Just saying stuff like that.
Well, was this going on earlier on then?
Yeah.
Or was this going on in the car?
No, not in the car.
But
since we've got here, like every little thing I do that's friendly, she's like making little faces. I don't know what happened. I just saw her walk off.
Why did you walk off? I heard shouting and then she wandered off. Did she collapse over there?
She ran up. I ran up after her up there. Point the torch up there so I can just show you. I ran up because it was so dark I couldn't see. I actually ran past her. She was on the floor.
What was she doing?
She was just laying there. Then she got up as if nobody was about. Nothing had changed. It was like she didn't even know us. She was just walking like a zombie towards me. That's what we were trying to stop her. She's just walking back.
Because I just thought, oh, she was annoyed at me. I thought she just stormed off. I was like, oh, for goodness sake.
I don't know. Do you not like it here? Is this it, the area?
Yeah.
Do you just not feel comfortable around here?
I should go.
Yeah.
And straight away, Simon's ahead of us, and we heard these bangs. Bang, bang.
Same as what I heard.
We heard that.
Well, something like that, but it sounded like a thud. And
I don't know.
But this is it. We thought that it was the
I thought it was a concrete
on the
slabs.
the slabs, but it was a completely different sound. Then we heard another bang
inside the thing,
and it sounded like it was inside. Someone was inside.
Yeah. That's the same thing. I had a thud inside the train. Like I had a bug, and I looked around and thought, "Was that you?" No, I went carried on walking.
Then we stopped, and then we walked down, and
Once
Simon.
there was no more sound, we walked down.
We walked down. Me, Simon, and Steve went over somewhere, and then
we were just about to start.
Go on.
Well, go on. You tell me.
Yeah,
Was it? And I'll tell them what I thought.
The two girls. Well, we were just standing there. All of a
Deciding
sudden,
what to do. I was just
bless her,
fucking over the door.
went a bit mental. Started shouting at Sam, and then it was just really weird. She doesn't really remember any of this, but she just kind of stormed off, and then I was like, "Are you alright? Boys, go after her."
To be honest, she was acting weird before.
Yes, she's been weird the whole journey.
Were you really quiet?
And then we got to the top, and then I said, "Steve, I'd go after her." Steve went to go after her, and she fell on the floor or something, and she got up, and to be fair, I was standing there watching her, and she looked like, literally, we were going, "You're right," and she just completely oblivious to everyone around us, and she looked like she literally walked onto the railway track, and I was like, "Boys, grab her, she's going to jump off the railway track."
When I got out under the train, I think it might have been a head rush, but I had.
When you were with me, when I was.
Yeah, when I got out from under the train, I had a real bad headache and I had a real nauseous feeling. I just don't know if you wanted that for the camera. I thought it was head rush, but
that's exactly what we were talking about when you came out. We said, "Did anything happen?" You said no.
Yeah, it was all about, but I was more like, where did the argument come from? Because I didn't know anything about an argument going on.
What were you arguing about?
In the video.
We didn't do anything.
We need to get.
Like, literally, as soon as we got there, the girls were just like, "We need to leave, we need to go." I was like, okay.
Later on, we definitely need to go back down there. And Gemma wanted to stay down there, so she's definitely go down there later on.
Because I was saying, which I find really strange, I was saying to Steve, I feel really safe here. It's really strange. I really don't.
Apparently it was already shut.
I don't know, I know this sounds really like, I don't know if I've just got someone protecting me, but I feel absolutely fine here. I feel more safe here than I probably do going into my own house at 10 o'clock at night. It's so strange. Because I'm not, and I'm scared of quite a lot of things, but I feel really safe here.
Yeah,
I'd feel quite fine, me and you having to walk around on our own.
You're kidding me?
Yeah, I'd feel absolutely fine. I just do not.
You feel like you're protected?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel really safe. I just don't feel like. And that's why when me and Simon were earlier, I was like, right, where? Let's walk down. And I'm walking down, and they were like, "Are you sure?" I was like, I don't know what it is. I feel really, really safe here.
Really feel what?
Safe.
Where?
Here. This place. I feel absolutely fine.
Really?
Yeah. Because you've got to remember, I'm scared of the majority of things. I'm scared of going into my bedroom on my own at 10 o'clock at night. I go and sleep with my sister after I watch a horror movie. Things like that do really scare me. But I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Jesus ain't on bed. I feel absolutely fine.
Oh, we're not getting that. We said that once on TV.
Jesus on a bed.
Put Jesus on a bed somewhere to protect Get that out. Let's cut that.
No, sorry. But yeah, strange. But you was alright, because you two sort of went a bit mental.
Well, you were mental as well?
I don't know what was happening, but Sam was just... They were just arguing. Suddenly arguing.
Well, they're in a fight.
Well,
can you remember this?
Yeah.
Sam, can you remember this?
Yeah.
What was it about? What was you arguing about then?
Literally all it was is, I think you accidentally knocked her or something, and she just went like, "Get the fuck off me! Don't touch me!"
It just came out of nowhere. She just shouted at me, and like we said, it's all right now, but
I had to split them up.
Leisha came in and she shut the door after us, and we were all proceeding up the carriage, and we switched all the lights out.
Switch the lights off, all sat down talking.
And the door somehow slammed, but then I couldn't understand why it slammed when it was already shut. So that was a bit of a mystery. So
was this in the dark?
In the dark.
Yes.
Yeah, but
but it was already shut.
There's no sound of the door opening or anything.
So we are back on this tube train, and what we're going to do is ask each of our contestants to vote for the person who they want to see doing a lone vigil. I should say a brave lone vigil on this tube train. Let's start with you, Frank. Just tell us who you want to vote for.
I'm going to have to go for Natalie.
Okay,
I said I wouldn't as well, but I lied. Sorry, Natalie.
I'm going to have to keep track. It's one vote for Natalie. Sam?
I'm voting for Freddie.
One vote for Freddie, and now we go on to Freddie.
I'm voting for Natalie.
Oh, it's 2 for Natalie now. Okay. Now, Gemma.
I'm voting for Freddie.
2 each, okay. And now, oh my goodness, it's the deciding vote.
I'm voting for Freddie.
Brave Freddie is going to be our guy doing the lone vigil here in the tube. Well done, Freddie. Thanks for volunteering.
Anytime.
Right. All we're going to do is we're going to... You're all... Now, you're not reprieved. You're not reprieved.
Am I what?
You're not reprieved. So you guys might have to come back here as well. Okay. Just remember that, okay? So let's just take everybody else out. Let's give Freddie a camera.
Is he going to stay there?
He's going to sit here and you have to stay in that seat.
But I'd see you.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'll be chilling here. Hopefully safely.
And we're all going to leave you. So everybody else out.
You're not funny people.
Should have been something. Yeah. You were like, yeah.
Remember they're dead.
Walking.
You're all dead to me, right? You're all dead to me.
What do you mean?
You're going to walk. Nice. This is where the most activity's happened. For me so far.
Right, see you later.
Catch you later.
Okay, we will come back and get you unless you get a bit whatever.
If I'm not in here, I'll be in there.
Okay. Oh, where's the light?
There's bye-bye to everybody. They've now left me. And locking me in by the looks of it. On a haunted train. This is where I was at earlier, when we heard the big door bang. And now, lovely. This is all I need. Fantastic. Man, it's just so not funny. Nah, fuck this. Fuck me, it's been like 30 seconds and freaked out already. Fucking hell. Fuck. Shit. Mate. She was fucking talking.
There he is.
Right. Okay. Little change of plan. Because you're sisters, you cannot communicate with each other. I want one at one end, one at the other, and we're going to leave you. And we're all going to go back, go somewhere else, us guys. Let's do a little bit with Frank. Sam. And we want one person in here on their own, and one person in that carriage on their own.
Oh, fuck's sake. It's been about a minute. I feel like I've been here a fucking hour. Seriously. Fucking vote me. It's cheating. That's some freaky stuff. Mate, fuck's sake. I'm going in a minute. I would not do this at the best of times, let alone fucking haunted train. Fuck's sake. Seriously, I'm freaking out. What the fuck am I talking to a camera? Good son. Oh, fuck this. Who said that?
Oh, that's Freddie.
Open the door.
That's Freddie. That's Freddie.
You alright? Fred? Freddie?
He's not like that. He wouldn't be shouting.
No, fuck, was that actually him shouting?
Yeah.
That sounded
There's
like
no
a
other
girl.
men. The other men are here.
I thought it sounded like a girl.
What?
Fucking man's face has come out the window to me. That's one of yous, look.
No, there's nothing in the train.
Wait, what happened? Man's face come out the window like that.
We're all in control.
That's one of yous. Fuck that.
It's not one of us.
But you were in the train with the other three girls.
Nobody's been out of here.
Seriously, you can answer. We've all been in the train. We're just setting up our next shot.
I don't know, it's fucking bollocks.
Well, can everyone back?
What do you look like?
Being with someone. So
Have you got it on there? Have you got it on there?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I run off. I was gone. I didn't know. Oh. I didn't turn itself off.
promise you, no one left. We've been in the train with the other girls.
But someone who's playing a joke, fucking gotta be. That's one of yous.
It's none of us. We're all over there.
But that's one of yous.
Nobody's gone out of here.
Everybody saying they were with.
That night.
Yeah, everyone.
We're all over the other side of the train.
Check see if it's on there. I don't know at the time I was having a heart attack and I don't know if I filmed.
Well, we've got the other carriage. We've got the other. Let's have a look on the other camera.
Well, you go back and eat your fucking self. I ain't going in there. That's bollocks, mate. Someone's playing a joke on me. Fact.
It's on the camera. We were in the other.
We just heard you scream.
You're right. All
Check off
down the other end, mate. I'm telling you.
I'm so wicked right now. You're right, mate.
Fucking freak out. Someone's come run into me.
Well, they can't.
They take one look like ooh to me.
The camera's in there. Shall we have a look? See have a look on the camera.
I'm talking to yourself.
You're talking to yourself.
Yeah, because I was freaking out. I looked round the window and someone went, oh, that, fuck that. It was one of you, honest it was.
No, we were all here.
I swear
I didn't actually walk off. I was in the
I don't know
other
how the camera turned itself off.
Well, you would have recognised us if it was one of us.
Oh, it was only you. I know for a fact it's someone here.
Does anyone know of someone missing?
No.
That's bollocks, seriously. That's not even funny.
It's in the window. We're not doing it.
I promise you, all of us
That's bollocks. Someone's done that.
He's
Was it
not.
in-
I mean,
do you
he's
mean it's in the
definitely
window?
not.
Because we're not talking.
That window there.
Are you all together?
Listen to me. Shh. Listen.
We know something. We haven't got a torch down there.
What? Did he say? Did that do anything? Oh, that's comedy. Well, you said he wouldn't hang around, didn't he? You did actually say he wouldn't hang around.
It was there.
How can you say it? Everyone
Someone come here. Must have been stood here. And they went like that.
Well, here? So they were here?
They were stood there, went like that there.
Well, there has to be someone there, right? But you didn't. But hang on, but you didn't see the door open.
Mate, I run straight out there, I run straight in here. Bollocks. You're playing tricks on me. Hey, look. Fuck that, you're tricking me out.
How tall?
Oh, yeah, you can stand on that there, you can stand on that there.
Yeah, but if that was someone from there, you would have seen the door open first, wouldn't you?
Right, bollocks, man. Yeah, someone stood there and went like that. All I see was orange spray.
With a
What
torch.
did they look like? I couldn't see. All I see was there. It frightened me to death. Man, it's one of you, I know. Seriously, I know it's one of you. Nah, good. That's someone in here.
This is weird.
No, someone in here.
What about? I'm sure you know. You're convinced he did see something.
I ain't convinced. Fucking give me out. I didn't lost my breath.
Right, mate.
How did you get out? Just what happened? I looked at it. I was thinking, I was sort of saying, oh, I fucking talk to the camera like a fucking idiot. I'm talking like that.
But he didn't make any noise. Did he knock on the window?
No, didn't do nothing. I just turned around and he was like that. I was like, oh.
He said he was there.
It was a man. It looked like a man, and it was not a shadow. It was a person. 100%.
Well, who was it? If you saw it, who was it?
Yeah.
I didn't stand. I couldn't see. It was like, it looked like someone.
Yeah, there's one nearest the door.
Like that.
That window's fucking mad.
Yeah, but there's a step. You can stand on the step.
There is a step there. Yeah, but you don't need a step. But you were with us.
No, but if I stand there, it's like.
I was on the line.
Surely no one would risk doing that. You'd be like, that's Frank. I can see your face.
But yeah, but I mean.
He was on his arm.
So, okay, but we're all of you together.
Yeah, we were all the other time. We had the screen.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
Someone taking fucking piss and telling them, joking about me.
Because it wasn't a talk.
Someone must be sitting there running around, pulling faces in the window.
We don't have a talk, and they were all together.
Well, what do you make of it?
Man, that's bullshit. I know something. Well,
Yeah, so let's find out who.
I don't know. It was fucking scared me to death,
You
though.
were in the carriage, Sam was in the carriage. All of that in the carriage? Everybody was in the carriage.
Yeah, everyone.
Someone's face.
Nah, because if we were going to do something like that, then it would break the spell because you would have recognised one of us.
Yeah, but I'm sitting there trying to imagine, right? I'm sitting there talking to myself, thinking, oh, they're freaking myself out, taking a piss out of myself, thinking, well, I'm talking to a camera like a lunatic. didn't make a noise, just minding my own business, looking around, and jumped back into the train. It was someone going
Which
out.
end?
This end here, right
So
there.
they had a torch?
It looked like they was doing that, their face was orange.
What? Definitely was me.
Their face was orange like that.
I can't see anything on the footage at all.
No.
It looked like you. I bet it was you. He was sitting right here next to me.
He was sat here the entire time.
Have we looked at this seriously though? Can we just go and stand out there and have a look at this seriously and film this? Because I really just want to see what.
But I know someone's joking about me. I know someone's joking about me.
Well, we weren't. We're all nowhere. That's
I'd be right with you.
what we try to do.
But
We have to control everything, right? Now, can we just go out there and just look at this logic?
I didn't know it was like, I was like, oh, I don't know.
No, it was there. I would have just crashed into something. Went straight to that cabinet.
Can we come out?
Nah, where are you going?
You're right.
But I know some kind of tricks on this got to be.
My friend, yeah, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, I'm cool. I ain't having it. I reckon someone's playing tricks on me.
Well, I can always say from my point of view, we were all over in that carriage over there. Now,
This is what happened, right? It's exactly what happened.
What you did, what you saw.
Right, so anyway, you can't see, I'm sitting there, got the camera, talking to myself, like joking about taking the piss out of myself because I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
So I was getting freaked out. And it was somebody, it was stood here like that, and the face was like that, like orange, like this here, looking straight at me, straight into my eyes. As soon as I saw that, I thought, fuck that, and I was gone.
But did you hear
Which
anything?
way did you? Didn't hear nothing. Didn't make a noise.
What made you
So
turn around?
You didn't hear someone getting up?
No, didn't hear a noise.
I mean, easily someone could have got up, though, wasn't it?
It didn't hear a noise. There wasn't a noise there. It in their face. It looked like it was lit up like that.
Was it just there and gone?
It was there and I was gone.
I suppose that's a proper reaction. I mean, John, can we just bring you in on this? Is there anything you're picking up? Because as far as I'm aware, we were in a controlled environment because we went in there. We
Did you hear me shouting when I was running off?
Yeah,
we
heard you in the
right down
train.
the road.
We heard you screaming. We hadn't even started doing what we were going to do.
I was just screaming.
There's a manly growl.
We heard some swearing.
What did it? I know you probably couldn't. It was only just a quick reaction here, seeing this person. But I mean, did you get any semblance of what they look like?
Yeah, who's my man? No, where's the other one?
I think he's
You want the other guy you said he looked like?
Look him, yeah. Go and get him. He looked like you.
The John, the other John, the runner.
Yeah. The one who was in the limo with
Well,
okay.
John was in there, was he?
Why would he risk doing that? Because you.
But did you ever see that door open? Because you would have seen the light.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see the door open.
But John was in there when we came out. It never
light,
opened.
It looked like it. It had like. It looked. Let me just check it. What have you been in there?
But you would have seen the light of the door. And
like.
Can we just check this though? Can we go inside now and ask if John was in there with everyone else that's in there? Now everybody else in there. How many people are in there? 5 or 6?
Right, tell you what,
well, let's just
let's not all of us. You and Freddie go and ask, and we'll stay out here.
Well, can we film it?
Leave John out here.
But I've already asked him because it's been filmed.
I run straight in there. I went, which one is taking a fucking piss? And I
But was John in there?
I can't remember. I was gone.
But if John was in there and you run straight in there, that's what I don't get, you see. Guys, can we just double check with Freddie that John was in here?
I swear to you, right there the whole time. And we didn't have.
And we haven't got any torches anyway. You said you had a torch. We haven't got.
We took all the torches, didn't we?
We don't have anything here, and we literally stayed by the table. No.
I couldn't see. It looked like someone that was like. Where it was ready, it could have been like ginger.
Yeah, that's right.
Ready.
No, that's why.
It's like orange. It face was like orange.
When we heard him come crashing in,
Like
he
doing
jumped
that.
up and went towards the door. Yeah, so that's probably why you got it in your head.
So John came to the door to answer the door.
No, what got out of here? I know what I saw.
Okay.
It was responsive. We heard this crashing and shouting, so he was like responding. Yeah.
Okay, right. Look, let's get everyone back in here.
And check who was where.
Check that everybody was accounted for, right?
Definitely saw something.
100%. I know for a fact what I saw.
Okay, just.
There's some doing that, playing games on me.
Yeah, that was a good scream.
But you go sitting there on your own vigil and let someone pop up the window like the Exorcist, do you like that? You know what I mean, come up like Salem's Lot.
Well, I think what we need to do is now go down and do. Why there's activities like this, I think it's a good idea for us to go down. Are you up for going down the bottom?
No, about me, I'm brand new. Oh my God, that wasn't even me
Are
screaming.
you sure
that was someone else screaming?
John.
Where's
John?
John? Who should go with you?
We're going to be on our own.
I was just sitting on my own and someone appeared. I wouldn't mind if it was a bang and then like that, I wouldn't have minded. But imagine I'm just minding my own business, floating along next minute I've got that out the window. I'm like, whoa.
That would freak anyone at me.
I'm telling you, someone freaking out on purpose.
Well, whatever was it.
Because I keep giving it large.
No, I don't think you have though, have you? Well, have you been giving it large since you've been here? No. Well, no, John's just going to check that everything's all right, because that's what he does. He just wants to make sure. If you're going to go and do this vigil...
Oh, yeah, isn't it?
Oh, easy, Johnny. What's all this bollocks about?
Close your eyes, alright. Alright, just close your eyes. Alright. Okay, relax.
Yeah, it's like relax when you think I'm possessed.
No, I'm not thinking you're possessed. I'm just trying to...
We're just checking that things are all right. That's basically it.
Why are you squeezing me tight, John? John?
Yeah.
Easy, what's going on?
It's okay, you're fine. It's fine.
Okay, I suggest that what we do is we're going to have 2 parties now.
Can I just say, what was all that about?
No, I was just seeing if something could go inside you, but you're fine.
So, I mean, all we can say is that what John does, he kind of like, he's concerned about us. I was telling Gemma, he worries about us because he sees things in a different way to the way we do. Now, he probably thinks that, oh, most people are going to say that's a load of bollocks, it's a load of crap, you know, whatever. But he sees them in a different way to the way we do. So he's just checking that this spirit hasn't done something.
Because inside me, John, or what?
Well,
No, you're fine.
Following you. Now,
Is it following me or what?
No.
Going to come back to my place and wait till the end of the day.
John's, we've been saying all along, John's been saying all along that there's been something going on here. Now, I would love to have seen something, but I would have shit myself exactly the same. It's the exact reaction is what I would have done. Now, I've never seen something. So far, Gemma's never seen anything. I haven't seen anything. Right? But a few of us have seen things. You've now seen something. You heard something earlier.
Yeah.
So you've had these little experiences. Now, what I want to do is get Gemma, Natalie, you, and Frank to go down to the last stage. We didn't do anything in that bottom station, and we're running out of time.
What do you make of the experience so far?
Well, a few odd bits here and there, I suppose, but...
Sorry, I do apologise.
No, it's all right, mate. It's all right. You have to do it. I don't know, really. This place is supposed to be haunted. It could be. It might be. People's imaginations might be playing
Frank,
with
do you
themselves.
believe me what I saw? What do you think of my views?
I think you're adamant you saw something. Yeah, I think you're adamant.
I know what I saw. I saw a man.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to deny that. You seem very, very convinced, rather.
Right, I don't scream. Do you hear me scream? That's a savage scream.
It was, yeah.
Things get. This is also a TV show, remember? So
Yeah.
they can't just give.
No, I think it's legit.
I don't know.
What you think what I saw was a ghost?
Yeah, to be honest, because it's you. If it was anyone else, Freddie, put the light on me because otherwise camera can't see.
Don't need light. This is a night vision. You've got your face perfect.
If it was anyone else, I wouldn't believe it. To be fair, the only reason
You didn't hear any noise or anything, did you?
It was someone playing a joke because they were all with us.
You didn't hear him climb up. You didn't.
Have you ever been that scared before?
Nope.
Never.
No.
It was a fairly
this is
genuine
something
scream,
you will
wasn't it?
remember for life.
No,
I saw something move.
This tree here.
There is something moving there.
Can you see something moving?
There is something moving.
Thank you.
But that's not like a tree or anything, is it?
There, look, there. Proper person.
It's got to be one. It's got to be one of the crew.
It is a person. Look, they're walking. I can see them walking.
I've got to run the group.
Look, can you see
I can fucking see the fucking thing. I don't see it no more.
Like, everyone stopped for a sec, because I was stare at this for a bit. Yeah.
All right.
Everyone stop.
Right, run up there, Frank.
Freddie, that's all right, mate.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Zoom in. Do you have to zoom in?
Shadows now. Right, stop.
Zoom in onto it.
Oh, look, there.
There's a torch.
It is a person.
Fuck's sake.
They're going mental.
I said there is a person, fact. Thank fuck I saw a torch there, that's all I need.
Weren't we supposed to radio or something?
No, I think it's nice. Look how far it is.
I suppose it matters really, doesn't it?
Hold on, guys. It's not...
Hold on a minute.
Sorry, I just can't really see.
Stick together.
The battery just went on this.
Did it? Oh, fuck's sake.
Watch his branch.
Oh, yeah. Mine is branch.
I don't need it now anyway.
Let go of it, mate. Let go. There we go. Mine, that branch.
Thank you. I really hope we get to do this Ouija board.
I would like to be able to do the Ouija board, actually, despite what my mum says.
No.
Mate, I scream like a fucking proper little girl.
It's still knocking you, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is, the funniest thing about you is the scream after when he tricked you. Thanks.
What? What the fuck?
What is that?
That's them fan tricks.
That was a bit of a...
Sounded like one of your screams, mate. That sounded a bit genuine. Fuck, my heart's fucking racing, man. Yes, Freddy.
Is that one that sounded like?
I won't be Brian.
Did everyone clearly hear that, yeah?
Yeah, that was quite.
Caught on camera, yeah?
I'm recording.
You go first and all.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Fuck off, come on, emotional distress and you.
Oh, am I laughing? What have I got a shit torch for?
Mate, that was someone.
Yeah, no, but that sounded like a tape.
No, it
sounded really...
A tape?
No, it didn't sound like a tape.
No, it didn't sound like a tape. It didn't sound like a tape. You would, yeah, you can tell if it's a tape. Fuck, I actually need a fart.
This is actually fucking freaking the life out of me.
Only because they're all there, and I just think that they're
I don't
going
know where they are at the moment. Hang on, where did the others go? Are they all back in the building?
That's the light from the,
What torch did we see?
What's all that?
Guys.
Man, look at the weapon. Yeah, that's a dude.
What?
There's a man fucking looking at the
Yeah,
weapon.
he's got a light as well.
It's the dude.
Hold on a minute.
What's his name?
Hey! That's not a fucking...
Fuck! Running towards me! Run!
Who's running towards you?
Shit! Shit!
What the fuck?
What the fucking... What the fuck?
What are we gonna do?
Run! Go! Run!
Oh, fuck!
Come on! How the fuck? Daddy's Freddy's fighting him! Fuck you, Caroline! Fuck you!
Jen, what was that? What was that? Jen, what the hell? What was that? What was that? Who is that? Who is that? Nelly.
Oh, he's still there. It was chasing up the train tracks. Did you see us?
Can you stick that together? Oh, can you get that for us?
Nazareth looking over us, and then he come chasing towards us. And all the seeing online platform like that. Look at.
Everyone's actors!
Can you see Laura? Laura's covered in blood. No, we didn't see that. We need to clean up.
Are you in it? Oh, fuck! I knew it! Hang on, are you in on this?
No, I'm not!
You? Fuck Jerry, you little...
Fuck told you the orange light, didn't I? I knew I saw the orange
I feel sorry for the bloke who said he was, because if he looks like that, he's got
Just to let you know,
All I saw was the orange light.
you and you are the only three who didn't know.
Well, you were in it,
Can we get all our stuff out because he wants us out?
That was acting, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm an actor too.
They're not girlfriend and boyfriend.
I'm a god.
Right, we've got a note. We should have been out here by midnight. Right, he's not happy. Let's go.
Mate, it's the biggest stitch up of the century. My screaming at, do you know what I mean?
That's genuine.
Him freaking me out thinking I'm possessed and things.
Do you enjoy it?
That's method acting.
Yeah, I do enjoy it.